Hello. Lynn, good morning. How are you? Who else is here? Who else is with me? Happy New Year, Lynn. How are you? I hope you're doing well so far in this lovely new year. Let me see who else is here with us. I know there's more people because I see them. Just don't see them. Anyway, all right. Very exciting that we are here. Anything, why don't you let me know what's going on, Lynn? If there's anything in particular you would like to focus on or what's happening for you in your life, I'd love to hear what's going on and what your plans are for 2023. And if not, that's fine too. So where is everyone? Where is Nancy and Michael? And, it's kind of hard to get started. That's what I've noticed in my class yesterday as well, that to get started right away is kind of, it's interesting to get back in the groove. Yet being on a schedule is so important, I realize. And it's just so nice when I have to show up for something. Hi, Lauren. Plantar fasciitis. Wow. Lauren, what's really crazy? I cannot tell you how many people seem to be afflicted by that. And here's what I'm going to say about plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is the posterior chain, the beginning of the back of the body. It is the plantar fascia in the foot, starts in the heel and goes all the way to the toes. So what I've noticed is that from a lifestyle aspect or from a causal, like trying to look at root causes so we can uncover them and move beyond and heal, that's the bottom of the posterior chain, the back of the body. And it's all linked. So after the plantar fascia comes the Achilles tendon, which is attached to the calf, which is attached to the hamstring, which is attached to the glutes, which are attached to the lower back, upper back, head, and neck. And so tightness, right? When this whole system is tight or there's tightness, especially in that posterior, which happens for so many of us, because it's really not something we think about, it shows up in the plantar fascia. And so here's some remedies for that. Calves are critical. Limber calves are going to be critical to releasing the tension and the pull that's on the plantar fascia. And so right now you have the bottom of your chain is inflamed and you need to loosen up this whole chain from toe tips to the tip of your head. And so for a therapeutic approach, you could use a frozen water bottle to reduce some of the inflammation and pain. And then to get beyond this and to heal from now on and to not let this ever be something that bothers you anymore, it's to stretch the posterior chain. So calf stretches, and we'll maybe focus a little bit today. But on the other hand, also, if you are in a current or acute phase, which means that the inflammation is current, it's better not to poke the monster of pain. And if your body is already screaming in an area, let it settle down before you even start to do anything. So sometimes I think the plantar fascia is a little, hey, what about me? It's like a little self-awareness or a little, okay, it's time to slow down. And with anything musculoskeletal, it's all overcomable. And so as long as, whether that's a word or not, I know it's not, but whatever, it's going to be a word for me. It's overcomable. And it's because once you learn what you need to do, you can do it. So I hope that you overcome that. Hi, Carolyn. Carolyn, I can't remember if you had plantar fasciitis at one point, but I know that that is something that a lot of people seem to have. So anyway, Lauren, hoping that your inflammation subsides, that you get beyond this, expand beyond this in all the ways that you need physically, and then whatever else needs to happen, whatever else this is. I feel like I look a little blurry. I don't know if it's me. Let me clean off my lens. Or maybe I am blurry. I do need to go do my eye checkup for this year. All right. So I'm not going to be able to see anyone else that comes or have any more conversations. Sorry. Welcome. Here we are beginning our 2023 self-care. And it's really, there's an aspect of it. We have to get into that, right? So today's practice is going to be self-exploratory. looking at your body without your eyes. So looking with your internal eyes deep inside your body to see, to notice where's the tightness, where's the tension, where's the held stress of the last few weeks in your body. Because that, whatever happens up here, goes and finds a little hiding spot. So we want to kind of coax and release whatever it is to come out. And of course, doing it at the appropriate pace. So depending on what you've done in the last few weeks, you don't want to jump in the deep end. You want to go slow, because slow and steady will win the race. Slow and steady will win the healthy aging race. Keeping you in the game and keeping it as comfortable as possible while you're doing it. So for today's practice, let's get our props. These are the basic props that we'll use: the blanket, the block, and the strap. So get those, put those off to the side. We'll take the blanket at the top of the mat, do a little nice basic arriving, basic getting ourselves connected to our mind and our body and our breath. I was watching a documentary recently about a really horrific incident that happened, and it was a trauma-filled kind of situation. And what I found was so amazing is one of the guys speaking, I mean, he was just, it was a long time, and he was in a real place of trauma. And he said that what got him through was his breath, that as long as he could hear his breath on the inhale and the exhale, that he knew that he was still alive, and that's what helped him get through it. And I just thought, wow, this is what the ancient yoga masters learned, is the value of the breath, and how when we connect to our breath, how that is so present moment, and actually really the basic thing that we need for health, for managing stress, for being calm, for feeling safe and secure, which is really important for your nervous system to feel safe, because safety is at the top of the list for the nervous system. Keeping you safe is what overrides all other things. And that act of keeping us safe actually can lead to illness later on if we're constantly stimulating the stress response or the sympathetic branch of the nervous system. So today's practice, we are going to begin on the ground using our hands to connect to our body, to our breath, to this present moment, to this day, to this time, wherever you are at this moment, being right here. And so you can become very self-aware, and that's really an amazing tool to acquire when it comes to healing and keeping your body healthy, and then your mind healthy and everything else healthy. So gather your props, put your blanket at the top of the mat, get whatever you need, any blankets you need, anything to make yourself comfortable. We're going to come down on the ground. We're going to use our hands in this pattern, where you have one up on the chest and one on the belly, and we're going to pay attention to our breath and feel it moving through our body. So get yourself prepared, and then slowly bringing yourself down onto the ground. So grounding your physical body, grounding your mental energy, bringing yourself down onto the ground. When you first come onto the ground, make sure that your head is supported in the way it needs to be with the blanket. Let your knees be bent, your feet are on the ground. Let your hands be wherever they feel like they want to go. Close your eyes and just pay attention to what's going on around you. What are the sounds that exist around you right now? And see if you could tell the different areas that they exist. So maybe on the left side you hear something, or on the right side, or behind you, or in front of you, meaning down by your toes or up by your head. Keep your mouth closed and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And let your awareness go into your body. Let your awareness go to different parts of your body, noticing whatever you notice. So maybe you have an issue that's happening in your body right now. Let your awareness go there to that issue. And if there's a couple of issues, go to the loudest issue, the loudest sound you can hear with your inner ears. Mouth is closed, breathing in and out through your nose. Direct the breath to the area that you have an issue. Allow the breath to go to wherever that is, and allow the breath to expand whatever it is you're feeling, wherever that is, and also bring light with it. So imagine that there's a big white light that as you breathe to your area, it gets bigger. See if you could feel the pain dispersing. Bring the breath to the area you have an issue with. It could be that you have low back issues and maybe right now there's nothing, but maybe that's an area for you. You might have a joint issue, a replacement part. You may have osteoporosis. You want it to be your whole skeleton, that you go to your bones. The femur bone, the upper leg bone, there's a lot of bone building taking place there. Maybe you direct your attention to your femur bones. Mouth is closed, breathing in, letting your breath go to the area you need, bringing in healing energy, visualizing a light, and as you breathe to that area, the area gets bigger. As if you are lighting it up, heating it up. And I want you to bring your awareness to your shoulder blades and your upper back. And gently rock side to side and slide one shoulder blade at a time closer to your spine. It may feel a little tight at first. And if you notice anything in your low back, walk your feet a little closer to your body. That'll allow a little bit more freedom in your pelvis. Noticing what you notice here. Lift your head up, tuck your chin towards your chest, and let your neck be nice and long. Noticing if that brings tension into your body. Trying to arrange your body in this nice skeletal position. And it's going to show or reveal for you where you have tightness. Shoulder blades are on the ground, neck is nice and long. Push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis slowly away from the ground, and then pull your pelvis away from your rib cage. Slightly tilt your pelvis back so that as you place your pelvis back down on the ground, the top edge of the pelvis touches first. Then you feel your body rocking towards your sacrum. Noticing what you feel there. And if there's too much tension, too much tightness, you can move out of it. But I'd like us to try to use gravity here to gently realign our skeleton, to try to find nice postural alignment, or to raise awareness to where you're tight, or what's one side may be tighter than the other. And tightness in the body, wherever we hold our tension, it doesn't always show up there when we experience pain or discomfort. Sometimes something that happens in the foot is because the upper neck area is tight and the foot is where we're feeling it, or vice versa. The foot has an issue and we feel it in our neck. So we are all connected. Move your pelvis side to side as if you were rocking from one buttock to the other. The knees are gently going to go with you. Feeling your body as you do this, noticing what you notice with your eyes closed. Let your hands rest on your belly. And bring yourself to a static position. If you'd like, you could walk your feet a little wider than your body. You could walk them away from you a little bit to see if that feels good or not. Playing here with the eyes closed of what's the ideal rest position for you. Letting your knees fall in towards each other. Or maybe for you, letting your legs go straight may feel better.
Then keep one hand down on the belly and slide one hand up to your chest. Keep your arms on the ground, so your arms are being supported by the ground. Find whatever position feels appropriate for your body. Mouth is closed, breathing in and out through your nose. Bring your awareness to the ground, to the parts of you touching the ground, the feet, the buttocks, shoulder blades, back of the arms, center of your head. From there, bring your awareness to the upper chest, to the hand that's on the chest. Keep the mouth closed. Breathe to your chest so you feel your hand rise and fall with breath. And then bring your awareness to your belly. Start to bring the breath deeper into your body. Feel the hand on the belly rise and fall. Breathe so big and deep that you actually feel a lot of stretching taking place in your body. And as you bring your breath deep into your body, breathe all the way down to your tailbone at the back of the body. Let's work on deep diaphragmatic breathing, which stimulates the relaxation healing zone of the nervous system, which is the part of the nervous system we need to be in to digest, to rest, to restore, to repair, to build skin cells, bone cells, muscle cells, to support health and youthfulness, and to stop accelerated breakdown. So we're going to do this rhythm breath where we breathe into the lower lobes of the lungs, then the middle, and then the upper. And we exhale the same way from the lower lungs, the middle, and the upper. And that's because the diaphragm is the muscle that draws the breath in and pushes the breath out. Using your hands as a guide. Keep the mouth closed, breathing in and out through the nose. Exhale completely. Let's begin. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale from your belly, your lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Continue on your own, feeling the hand on the belly rise, then the hand on the chest rise. On the exhale, hand on the belly lowers, and then the hand on the chest follows. Continue breathing into your belly, lower ribs, chest. Exhaling from the belly, the lower ribs and the chest. For these last few breaths, breathe as deep as you can. Try to feel all the movement that takes place in the torso, from where your legs attach all the way up to the top of the rib cage. Finish your last breath. Then let your breath go. Let your body breathe itself. Keep your mouth closed, breathing in and out through your nose. Bring your awareness to your fingers. Start to wiggle your fingers. Bring your arms so that your hands are on top of your heart, hovering top of your heart. Exhale. Inhale, let your arms go up towards the sky. Let them open out to the side. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. You could let one go on top of the other if you'd like. Inhale, let your arms go up and out. The higher you bring your arms to the side, the more stretch you'll get in your chest and your shoulders. Close your eyes, see if you could feel that stretch. And also notice if you feel that stretch down in the middle back or the lower back. You inhale to open, you exhale to bring your hands back to your heart. Start to let your hands go higher overhead if that's appropriate for you. Exploring, feeling how moving the arms affects the low back, affects the belly, because everything is connected. Notice if you're even on both sides. Most of us aren't. Start to let your arms go overhead when you breathe in. And then let them go down towards your feet so your arms stay straight. Your shoulders start to move in a different way. Inhale, let your arms go up towards the sky and back towards the wall behind you, palms facing up towards the sky. Exhale back. Palms go down to the ground. Fingers are pointing down towards your toes. See if you could feel this in your low back. Feel it in your spine, in your belly, lower ribs. Notice what you notice. Eyes are closed. Notice the shoulder blades, the shoulder joint, the chest muscles, the shoulder muscles, the spinal muscles, core, the stabilizing muscles of your trunk. The next time you come open to the side, let your arms rest there. The arms rest out to the side, elbows are bent, palms are up towards the sky. Notice if this is okay for your chest and for your shoulders. Notice if you have tension in the back of your head, back of your skull, where the upper neck attaches to the skull, where that bump is, the occipital ridge. Notice if there is tension in your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, your neck, when you bring your arms out to the side. Inhale. As you exhale, let your head roll towards one side, feeling that stretch coming into the upper back and neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let your head go the opposite direction as far as it'll go. Inhale back up to center. Exhale. And inhale. Keeping your eyes closed, feel the back of your head making the shape of a rainbow. Notice where you feel the stretch. Let it be with breath. Notice what's happening to the lower back. One more, and then bring your head back up to a neutral position. Bring your feet so that your feet are hip distance apart, your knees are bent, your feet are straight. Eyes are closed. Bring your awareness to your pelvis, to the belly, to the lower back, to the sacrum. Exhale. And as you inhale, slide the right foot away from you, dragging the heel on the floor, sliding the foot away from you on the inhale, and exhale, draw the heel back, slide the heel on the ground. Inhale to slide the heel on the floor, sliding the leg away from you. And then exhale to draw the leg back to neutral. Do this a couple of times, inhaling to lengthen the leg away, sliding the heel on the floor, exhaling to come back. Notice your low back. Notice the sacrum, the base of the spine, in the glutes. Feel that, where the legs attach to the body. Inhale, slide the heel away. Exhale, draw the leg back. One more each side. Bringing yourself back to neutral. Let your hands take a hold of the knees. So bring one knee in and let your hand hold the kneecap. So the fingers point down to the toes, thumbs are on the inside of your knees. The wrist is directly on top of your quadricep area. Your arm is straight. And do the same thing with the other. So your hands are holding onto your knees. And your legs are really limp. So let your legs be limp. Shake your legs a little bit with your hands. Arms are straight. Inhale. As you exhale, gently draw the knees towards your chest. Feel your pelvis tilting back. Low back pressing into the ground. Low back release and relief. Inhale, let your arms go straight. Your pelvis goes back to neutral. The body weight stays on the sacrum. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Feel this in your body. We are posteriorly tilting the pelvis, which is going to flex and neutralize the lower back, the lower spine, the lumbar spine. Arms go straight and then arms bend. When you draw the knees in, let the top thighs compress the abdomen. helps to move fluids in the system. 50% of your lymphatic vessels are in your belly area. So compressing them with the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms go straight. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Eyes are closed so you could feel all this happening in your body. Helping to unblock, unclog. Last one. Bring your hands along the side onto your shins. Draw your knees in deeply. Let your low back press into the ground. Rock your pelvis side to side. Feel like you're rocking across the top of your pelvis here. Should be releasing and relieving for most. If it's not, then don't bring your knees in so deeply. Your eyes are closed. Bring your awareness to your eyelids, and let's gently blink the eyes open. Whole different level of awareness when we bring in the visual field. So for a little support for detoxification, this may be something you're able to do or not. Coming into a tighter ball, when we come into this compression in the abdominal area, this helps to support detoxification and immune health. So if you're able to come into a tight ball, lifting your head off the floor, bringing your arms so that your elbows touch the side of your shins, and then hold on to your elbows if you're able to. If you have osteoporosis, keep your nose pointing up towards the sky. If you do not have osteoporosis, you could bring yourself into more flexion, drawing the nose between the knees. Breathing deep to the lower belly. And then bring yourself down. Bring your feet onto the ground, hands onto the belly. Either close your eyes or keep them open. Let your field of awareness go up and down your body to notice what you notice. And then bring your legs to a straight position, unbending the hip joint. Take your arms overhead. Stretch your body. Try to draw the lower ribs away from the pelvis. Feel the stretch in the abdominal area. This is abdominal muscles, rotational muscles, alignment, postural, and structural muscles. Flex the wrists so the heel of the hands is reaching away from you, and then flex your feet so the heel of the heels of your feet are moving away from you. Noticing what you notice here. Stretching your body glove. We are skin encapsulated souls. So you want to stretch your suit. Stretch your container. Take one more breath. And then bend your knees. Bring yourself onto the side. Cradle your head in your hand. And then notice what you notice about your body here. Starting from a very deep internal place, warming up the body with breath and with movement. Focusing a lot on the torso to release tension that may be held anywhere in the spine, the upper back, and the neck. When we come up, we want to come up and train ourselves to move functionally and safe. So not lifting your head, which is what we would do often, which is going to create more neck tension, but rather using the pushing muscles. So the chest muscles, shoulder muscles. Let's push away from the floor, pushing away from the floor to bring yourself up. Bring yourself into a position where you can notice what you notice here in this upright position, letting the fluids calibrate in this position. So believe it or not, that was actually a 24-minute awareness practice, breath practice, gentle body movement practice. I cannot believe it was 24 minutes, so that's why I'm saying believe it or not. And that interoception, that deep knowing, that body awareness is so profound when it comes to healing issues that you have or may have and keeping yourself healthy. So let's bring in some movement, some bigger movement, stretching our body. Bring your blanket so that you can support your knees here.
And we're gonna crawl around our space. So keep your head up, crawl around your space. If you're able to move off your blanket, move around off your blanket and crawl around. And if you're not able to move off your blanket, if your knees don't like to be on harder surfaces, then stay on your blanket and move forward and backwards. But keep your head elevated. And if you have neck tension, you could let the tip of your nose point down towards the ground. Or if you want a little extra neck, upper back and neck strengthening, look straight ahead, and that'll strengthen your neck. Moving back, setting all the joints in the body. Almost every single joint is reset when we're in a crawling position. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your hands forward and wide. Forward and wide. Come with your knees on the back of your blanket. And then keep your tushy in the air. Start to bend your hip. Bring your low belly towards your upper hip. Now, for some of you, you may be able to put your forehead onto the ground. Others, you may not. And if you need, you could grab your block here and let your head rest on your block, or let your forehead rest on the ground. Keeping your arms straight, walk your arms away from each other and away from your body. The wider they are, the more stretch you'll experience in your chest, in your shoulders. So let your arms be wide. If you want to wiggle your tail back and forth, you can. Feel the low belly pressing against the top thighs. Feel the deep stretch underneath the arms and the chest. Let it be the forehead that touches the floor, not the crown of the head. And then push your heart towards the floor to deepen the stretch. Take one more breath. Lift your head up, walk your hands over to the left. So the hands are over to the left, the arms are straight, the fingers are stretched. Take your head, let your head rest on your right arm. Keep your arms straight. Let your head reach on your right arm and push your hips to the right. Feel that stretch all the way down the right side of the body, by the pelvis, all the way down, low back, pelvis. If your low back is bothering you, or if you want to try other ways to deepen the stretch, push your belly button to your spine. Try to push the top of edge of your pelvis up towards the sky. So add a little posterior tilt. Pushing your body to the right will deepen the stretch. Very strong band of connective tissue on the right side of the body. Couple of breaths here. Lift your head, bring yourself up. Let's walk over to the other side. Take your hands over to the other side. Keep your arms straight. Spread your fingers. And then let your head rest on your left arm, pushing your left hip to the left. Deep breaths here. Breathe into the stretch. On the exhale, you release. And on the inhale, you create tension. Take one more breath. Let's come back to center to reset everything. Hands are wide, arms are straight. Let the low belly come towards the top thighs. That's how you bend. You bend at your hip joint here, keeping your tushy in the air. This is not child's pose. This is called puppy dog, and it's a way to stretch the chest, the arms, the shoulders, and the spine. Let your fingers press into the floor. That could be helpful. One more breath. Lead with your head. Bring yourself up. Come all the way up. Come all the way out. Noticing that deep stretch in the shoulders. And so because we are this total connected unit, sometimes if we experience back pain or hip pain or knee pain or anything in our feet, it could be because up here there's a lot of tension. And more often than not, that is where the tension begins, because our life is so forward. We're always looking down working on a computer, texting, writing, whatever it is we're doing, cooking, knitting, it's forward. And so when the head is tilted forward or looking forward, it's going to create a lot of tension in the body as everything turns on to support the head. So come up here to the side, arms are reaching down, lift your heart up, reach long, reach down with your fingers and up with your head. Exhale, and then inhale to lift your arms up, stretch your torso, and exhale down. See if you could feel a stretch as you inhale, drawing your torso, the lower ribs away from the pelvis. Feel the belly stretch. And then one more. Let one hand go down, one hand go up. So for low back, stretching the lateral chain can be very therapeutic for low back. You want to make sure that your pelvis is in the right position. So if you have too much of a forward pelvis, that may be a lot of tension. Tilt your pelvis backwards, posterior tilt, as you stretch your lateral chain. And if your shoulders don't like the arms to go up all the way, you could do half arm. And then let's go to the other side. Feel that stretching in your body. Reach down with one hand, up with the other. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up. So we're going to do a little bit of more bigger movement here, stretching the front of the body and the back of the body. Take your hands forward, spread your fingers, and let them be more forward than closer to your body. So make sure they're pretty far forward. Then start to bring your pelvis towards the ground. Let your head look forward and up, and then bring your body up. Inhale forward and stretch the front of your body. Exhale back. If you want to go through the full range of motion, you could come all the way to the ground on the exhale and all the way up in the inhale, or some variation, some range of motion that's appropriate for you. We inhale to stretch the front of the body, to open the chest, open the heart, to receive. We exhale to contract, relax, and go inward. One more. Lead with your head when you come up. Bring yourself up. Shake your hands. Shake your arms, shake everything. So let's do a little to rotate the spine, the upper spine, because that doesn't happen very often, and we need that. We need to bring some released tension in this upper part of the body. So we are going to do a rotation of the upper body. We're going to lock in the lower body here. So for those of you with wrist issues and weight bearing on your wrists is hard, you could try to roll up the front of your mat so that you minimize the bend of your wrist joint. Or you could do fists for wrists where you're actually on your knuckles. Or if you take your fingers forward or out to the side, that may feel a little better for you. If you are able to fully weight bear on your wrists, bring your arm directly underneath your shoulder. Pointer fingers are forward. We're going to begin with the left hand here. Take your knees hip distance, toes are on the ground. Take your left hand, palm faces up towards you. Exhale. And as you inhale, bring the left arm up. Let that shoulder blade slide towards the center of the spine. Feel the stretch where you feel the stretch. And then exhale to draw the hand towards the right. Inhale up and exhale through. Inhale. Go slow. Use your breath and exhale. Feel all of that trunk stretching that's taking place. Rotating your trunk. Make sure it feels okay for you. One more. You're going to thread your left hand through all the way to the right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Push your back of your left hand into the ground. Keep your head elevated. Let your head turn to the side. Push away from the floor with your right hand, your left hand. Push your belly up towards your spine. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. We're stretching the upper back, the shoulder blade area, taking tension out of the upper back area. Let's switch sides. Left hand is on the ground, right palm is facing up. Exhale, and then inhale to open up the right hand to the right. Exhale to come through. Inhale and exhale. One more. Bring your right hand over to the left. Push the right hand into the ground. Push the left hand into the ground. Turn your head to the side. Feel that stretch in the right shoulder blade area. If you need to push your body weight back because your wrist is not happy, the left wrist pushing into the floor, you could move your body accordingly. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back. Bring yourself up. Lead with your head. Take your hands. Move your hands. So we're going to come into a hero's posture sitting on our tushy. So for those of you that have bendable knees, you'll put the block like this between your heels and sit on your block. For those that do not have bendable knees, you may need to come down onto a seated position, a crisscross position. So choose whatever's appropriate for you to come down onto the ground, sitting on your block or in a crisscross position. Take your hands, bring your hands out to the side and let your fingers touch your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your spine nice and long. And then bring your hands towards your shoulders. Hold on here. So the rotator cuff is actually 4 tendons of 4 muscles that hold the shoulder joint in place. A lot of people have issues with that shoulder area. Exhale, bring your elbows towards your waist. Inhale to lift your elbows up to the side. Feel that stretch on the side of the body. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more. Exhale down. Stay here. You're going to bring your elbows towards the front, towards each other. Feel the stretch in the back. They don't have to touch. Just bring them towards each other. Then the elbows start to go up towards the sky. The head follows. When you can't go any farther, let your elbows go out to the side. Start to let your chin come down towards your chest, stretching the upper back and neck as the elbows come towards each other. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Bring yourself back to center. Bring your hands onto your thighs, noticing what you notice there in your shoulders. So let's do a little to keep that shoulder joint strong. We need our shoulder joint to be strong and ward off future pain, discomfort. Keeping your spine nice and long, keeping your arms on the side of your body. You're going to inhale, reach your arms up. Neck is nice and long, so don't have a short neck here. Let your shoulder blades rest on the back. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Arms are alongside the body. And then start doing little circles backwards. like a backstroke. Push your pelvis into the block or the floor, wherever you are. Feel the rooted aspect of the pelvis, and then have a long spine. Little circles. Start to get a little bigger with your circles. The shoulder joint is a ball in a socket. So you want to strengthen all the muscles that roll that humerus bone, the upper arm bone, around in the joint. And of course, only do what's appropriate for you. Start to get a little bigger. And a little bigger. And bigger. Keep your arms straight. And then bring your hands down. Feel the heart rate accelerate. If you'd like to close your eyes, catch your breath. And then open your eyes. Reach around, grab your strap. Take a hold of your strap, let your arms be really wide here. Arms are up, and then bring your arms towards the back. Bring your arms up towards the front. Exhale, inhale, up and back. Up towards the front and up and back. Stay here. And then visualize if you were holding a sheet in the wind and the wind was blowing back your sheet. Feel that. Feel that the arms are moving up and back. Feel that stretch in the armpits, the chest, the shoulders. Really important for posture, for alignment, for spinal health is to have more flexibility and to release that tension in the front of the body that holds us into that rounded postural position. And because so much of what we do is forward, we need to open up like this. This is a supported back bend. So reach up, let your throat open, let your gaze be forward. One more breath. And then bring yourself out of that. So modifying according to what your needs are. We need to keep our body flowing and limber. And the tightness and the tension enters our body every day. And then as we age, there's more components that reduce. There's actually studies about how flexibility decreases with age, fluids or hydration in the body decreases with age. So we need to go against the grain of aging and moving your body every day. Motion is lotion. So moving your body, stretching your body, keeping everything nice and flowing will really come in handy for feeling better in your body, for being as healthy as you could be as you age. Let's do a little bit for our neck now. So if you need to move your legs, if you needed to straighten your knees, if your knees were bothered by being in this bent knee position, you could release one at a time if you need. Or if you had a crisscross legs, you could switch the cross of your legs. Let's stretch our neck, take the tension out of the neck. The spine has 6 potential movement patterns. Let's move the neck in those 6 patterns. The first is we're going to bend the neck side to side. It's called lateral flexion, stretching the side of the neck. This is not about how close you get to the other shoulder. This is about stretching one side of your neck. So exhale, and as you inhale, push the ear straight up towards the sky. See how long you can get that side of your neck. Exhale back to center. Inhale, ear up towards the sky. Find that length and that lateral stretch. And then bring yourself back to center. So lateral is one movement. Rotation is the next. So keeping your chin parallel towards the ground, you're not up, you're not down. So you want to be in this perfect aligned position. You have 7 bones here. We're going to roll them over each other. If there's pain, you don't want to do it. And if there's not pain and you hear crunchy or tightness, as long as there's no pain, we want to remove or to free up the cobwebs that are in our neck. And we have the safety aspect of internal, the cobweb laying down, like the scar tissue development. This is for protection. So your body actually brings in protection in the form of cobwebs. And we want to break those up so that we are in alignment. We don't need that protection. We let those molecules, those chemicals go back to wherever they need. More than likely the bones, let the calcium go back to the bones. Chin parallel towards the ground, long head, long neck. Exhale, inhale. Don't let anything else except your head move. Come back to center. Stretching as much as you can. Inhaling to the side. Exhale back to center. You could close your eyes here, or you could leave them open. Now, open eyes is going to give you a little bit more for those that get motion sick, but this is actually good for balance training because head position and the eyes moving is the visual and the auditory aspects of balance. And having a mobile neck is important for balance. So this is a really important movement to work on, freeing up the congestion in the neck, spine. One more each direction. And then bring yourself back to center. This next one is flexion and extension. One of my favorites, feels really yummy. Keeping the teeth closed, we're going to stretch the muscles in the front of the neck and we're going to stretch the muscles in the back of the neck. Where the occipital ridge is, maybe you'll experience this all the way down to your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Keep your elbows right alongside your waist. So your arms are not forward. Keep your elbows underneath your waist so your shoulder blades stay on the back of your body and help to support so you don't go into spinal flexion in the thoracic spine. Important for posture, important for bone health. If you have osteoporosis, you want to minimize flexion in the front of your spine. So the elbows at the side of the body protects the spine from going into the flexion position. Teeth are together, long spine. We're bending the 7 bones of the neck. Inhale. As you exhale, let your chin go down towards your chest and push it back as if you're going to try to touch your chest with your chin. As you inhale, teeth are together. The tip of your chin is reaching forward and up towards the sky. Feel the stretch in the front of the neck. Exhale down. Inhale up. Elbows are at your waist. Eyes could be open or eyes could be closed. One more each direction. And then bring yourself back to neutral. An amazing tool to add to your day is to move your neck in those 6 ranges of motion. And even if you have low back issues or hip issues or knee issues or feet issues, it could be that the tension up here is relating down there because it's like an ice cream cone with 3 scoops. If that top scoop starts to go off the top, the way to stop it from falling over is for the base to move over. So your base moves or contracts to manage what's happening up here. So really paying attention to where your head is throughout the day, paying attention to what tension or tightness exists up here can have a really profound effect on healing what's going on down here in your body. And also what's happening up there. So let's move on to some strengthening, fortifying the structure. take the block off to the side or come out of whatever seated position you were in. Bring your knees onto the mat. We're going to do plank, which is a total front body strengthener. Your choice. You could be on your hands if your wrists are okay, or if you need to go down into the forearm, you could do that. Whatever you do, you want either your elbows to be underneath your shoulders and not out to the sides, or your hands to be underneath your shoulders, not out to the sides. So really creating this strong structure and then using the muscles in that form to keep you nice and strong. I'm going to stay up for a minute. If you need to come down before that, you may. You do you. You do whatever's the best thing for you. Point your fingers are forward. Spread your fingers. This will help to disperse the weight and take the tension out of the wrists. And I highly recommend strengthening your wrists. So not avoiding it, but rather doing what is possible. Take one foot back, flip the toes under, and then bring the other toe back, the other foot. Push away from the floor. So bring your awareness to your fingers. Look down at your fingers. Press the fingertips into the floor like crazy. And then try to press the place where the fingers attach to the hands. And then press where the thumb attaches to the hand. And then push your hands into the ground. Try to slide your hands back towards your feet. Feel how that activates that deep front body or that deep middle body. All those flexor muscles. Then bring your awareness down to your feet. Your right foot, press all 5 toes, pinky toes included, and then push that right heel back. Push the right foot into the floor. Bring your awareness to the left. Left pinky, left toes. Press that left heel back. Now press both heels back, both toes, or both feet, all toes. And now try to slide the toes up towards the hand. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. That was actually 1 minute, 10 seconds. So 70 seconds. Take your hands, shake your wrists at first. Come and be up here on your shins, on your knees. We're weight bearing when we're up here. So we're giving a little pelvic and hip bone and femur bone work to be up here. Bend your fingers and move your fingers. Open and close. And shake. Okay. So let's take the blanket up to the top of the mat. Make sure that you have your strap and your block handy. Bring yourself on to your buttocks, onto your tushy. Take your hands pretty wide. Fingers could point out to the side or fingers could point towards you. Take your legs pretty wide and start to move side to side from one buttock to the other, stretching the hips, the legs, giving a little work to the shoulders and the upper body. Make sure that you don't collapse in your chest. So slide the shoulder blades towards each other, lift the heart up, and one leg and then the other. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's come forward. We're going to come down to the ground, keeping the front of your spine nice and lengthened. Come all the way down and all the way onto the ground. Let your forehead be supported. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Lift your pelvis up. Let your hands be on your belly. Close your eyes. Noticing what you notice in your body. How does it feel? Is everything you did today appropriate for your body? Draw your feet closer to your body. Let's bring one knee up and then the other. And then let's start to bend and unbend the legs. So stretching the hamstring muscles. Noticing here how this feels for you. Keep your knees pretty close to your heart. The closer your knees are, the more gentle this is on the low back. The more this utilizes the hamstrings and doesn't pull on the low back. And then if you want a little bit more core work, you could move your knees over your pelvis when you do this.
And then if you could try to start coming more towards a straight leg, start to reach through the heel when you reach up. That's going to go into the plantar fascia, the Achilles tendon, and the calf muscle. So the lower part of the posterior chain, see if that feels good, reaching with the heel, whether you go to a straight leg or not. But reaching through the heel is what really gets the calf, Achilles, and plantar fascia. And then bring your feet onto the ground. Let's reach to take the strap. Bring the strap onto your right foot. So draw the right knee in. Take the strap on the right foot and bring the strap high up so that the strap is on the widest part of your foot. Knee is bent and pull the foot towards your body. See where you feel that in the back of the body. And if you have issues, if you have an issue with your foot, your ankle, your knee, any part of your leg, try the leg that doesn't have the issues first before you try the one with the issues. You could take your hands and wrap your hands around the strap. Really draw the foot close to you that the leg is bent, and then draw that leg towards the wall behind you to feel a stretch at the back of your leg wherever you feel it. Keep pulling the toes down towards you. We're really getting into the back of the leg, the whole leg. And when the knees are bent, you're going to be in the middle of the muscle, the meatiest part of the muscle. You're staying away from the tendons because the tendons are where things get a little tricky and can get a little painful. So let's explore stretching a little deeper. Take your leg away from you, the knee is bent. Inhale. As you exhale, push the heel up towards the sky. Try to unbend the knee, coming to a deeper stretch in the calf area. Inhale to bend, exhale to straighten. Towards straightening, whether it goes straight or not, doesn't matter. Last one. And then let's switch. Bring the other foot up to the widest part of the foot. Leg is pretty close to your body. Knee is bent. You're pulling the foot towards you, pushing the heel up towards the sky, just noticing what you're noticing here. Looking at your foot, making sure it's in nice alignment. And then draw the leg back so you start to feel a deeper stretch in the back of that leg. And moving the leg away from you, we're going to start to unbend and bend. Inhale to bend, exhale, unbend. You could stay in a held position, or you could continue with movement. Sometimes it's a little harder to hold a deep stretch, and it's easier to come in and out, so it's up to you and what your needs are. One more. Bring the other foot up into the strap. Take your feet hip distance. Pull the toes towards you, push the pinky toes into the strap, and push the heels up towards the sky, even if your knees are bent. Push your heart up towards the sky. Don't let your chest cave in. Take one more breath. And then release. Take your legs, shake your legs. Bring your hands up into the sky. Shake, shake, shake. Bring your knees into your chest. And then you're going to bring yourself into Shavasana, letting all of this integrate into your body, relaxing your nervous system so all the goodness that took place in the practice can go to repairing and healing. So take your body into whatever position you'd like for Shavasana, connecting to your breath, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath. Stay here in this present moment. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bending one leg at a time. Draw one knee at a time into your chest. Roll onto your side. From here, pushing yourself up and away from the floor. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands together at your chest. Push your heart to your hands to your heart. Closing the practice with a humming sound, keeping the mouth closed. Gently settling whatever needs to be settled. Take an exhale. Inhale. Bowing in gratitude, thank you, namaste. Have a great day. Yoga is a self-care practice, and we took great care of ourselves today.
All right. Oh boy. How are you all doing? Great. Oh, time off for tennis. All right. Yeah, icing. At first I thought that was like icing on the cake, but then I'm like, oh, icing, meaning like icing muscles because they're sore. All right. All right. Well, I hope that you're all feeling good. Lauren, if you're still here, I hope that was helpful for your plantar fascia. Oh, good. You are there. Good. Namaste. Well, I hope that was good for you all. Nice to be back, keeping our bodies nice and good. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I want to tell you guys something. I'm starting there's a 26-day detox that I'm going to do for my fourth time. The first time I did it was 2020, then 2021, 2022, and I'm going to do it now. It's 26 days. It is a total liver, kidney, gallbladder, bladder flush. It's for detoxification. And once you remove, it's a heavy metal detox. And the girl that runs it, she's done this for 28 years. She really knows her stuff. I feel very competent in her competency. And so I'm going to be doing this, and I'd like a group to join me that's doing this because we could support each other. It's all vegetables, 80% raw, so it's a lot of green smoothies. There are cooked foods though also, but it's definitely paying attention to liver, gallbladder, kidney health, which is super, super important for all aspects of health. And like I said, this is going to be my fourth one. It starts on January 10th, which is in 6 days, right? I can't wait to do it. And I'm nervous at the same time, yet I can't wait to do it because every single time I do, I feel like $1,000,000. I feel like so energetic. I always lose weight when I'm on this, and I lose a lot of things. I lose toxins, congestion, and a lot of our issues that we have, these inflammation issues. When you do a big cleanse like this, you can actually clear up a lot of pain and discomfort that you feel in your body. I cannot say enough about it. So if you follow me on Instagram, Debbie Robinson Wellness, if you're on there, there's a link there to watch the video series on why we need a detox. And I mean, the girl really knows her stuff. I really trust her. And I'm a functional health coach running functional labs. I know quite a bit about biochemistry and physiology. And this girl is really tuned into it being as safe as possible. There's so much support when you're in this program. I cannot say enough about it. It's not very expensive either. So I would love to have some of you join me. Go to Debbie Robinson Wellness. That's where the link is, or email me or text me if you have that information of mine. And let's detox together. It'll be so much easier with a group and I'm always with a group of people doing it, but it would be great for me to know people as well. So anyway, if you want more information, reach out to me. And I'll see you. I'll be teaching yoga for osteoporosis tomorrow, yoga for stress management on Saturday. And I teach 5 days a week so that I could stay in shape, so that you could stay in shape, so that we could age as healthy as possible. Bye. I am off. All right. Bye, everyone.